Gishiri, I want to know from you, I mean, by introducing this form of tax, the government is targeting 3 areas, that is land, extractive industry, and shares. Yes. The question is, how do you introduce this tax without discouraging investment in the capital market?
Okay. If you look at where the stock exchange is right now, the truth of the matter is that we have come of age. And it is high time that everybody contributed towards the development of this particular country. You have said it yourself, 29 going to 30 years ago, it was suspended with the intention of boosting the growth of those sectors. If they have gone to the level that the economy can now sustain a tax, it is certainly due. Then I want to say that the government had brought a bill to Parliament intending to reintroduce it at 10%. And after discussing, I was involved in the meeting by the Finance Committee, and after discussion, we thought that it would be good to start at a modest 5% rate, so that after seeing how the tax is going to perform, then we can reconsider and raise it to 10%. What I want to say, O'Brien, is that in the East African region, it is only Kenya that is not charging capital gain tax. Uganda, I think, is charging 30%. Tanzania is charging 20%. Countries like Zambia and Zimbabwe are charging 35%. So in Africa, it's, I think it's only Seychelles and Mauritius that is similar situation like Kenya, where they are not taxing. And I think there are 2 sectors somewhere where Kenya was many years ago. So yes, it is going to affect, because obviously part of the profit that was being received by the investors is going to be taxed. But I don't think it in the overall sense it is going to affect the exchange.
Yes. What are your feelings towards this? Because as he said, when you look at the levels in the region, we are talking about Uganda 20%, Tanzania 30%, South Africa 10%, Nigeria 10%, Kenya 5%. What wisdom did we use to arrive at this?
I believe, as the Honorable Member said, that maybe the 5% is to test the waters and to make it more palatable for the taxpayers. But I do have a particular reservation with the tax on the extractive sector. We know that this is a very new sector. It's a very speculative sector, and it also requires a lot of capital input, because the kind of equipment and the kind of labor and the money that the prospectors or the oil explorers have to put, it's a lot. And they cannot comfortably put in their money if they're not assured that they will get a return in the end. Now, tax is a direct cost for them. For the extractive sector, remember they're paying tax not at 5%, but at 30% or that 7.5%, depending on whether they are Kenyan companies or foreign companies. And that's not all. We still have taxes, other taxes. If they pay their subcontractors, they still need to pay withholding tax on the service charges. If they pay dividends, or if they take loans and pay back the interest, they still need to pay taxes on that.
So what I'm getting from you is, if we're not careful, the introduction of CGT is likely to stifle investment in the extractive industry.
Definitely, that's my view.
Did you look at that?
Yes, it was debated, and I think I was present when a presentation was made by both tax experts as well as the industry, and they did say something to that effect. But you remember that you are not taxed for what you have not earned, you have not gained. So This tax is sort of your investment, less your progressive input, and then the difference. It is the gain. Gain means you bought this minimum interest at a million shillings, then you have invested say another 10, so that is 11 million. But when you decide to sell it, you are selling it at 20 million. The difference is what is taxed. So all that you have incurred as cost is not part of what is taxed. So at the end of the day, while we must balance the interest in this country. Recently, somebody had bought mineral rights in Turkana at less than 100 million. They sold it for billions. The government did not earn anything. So they had not actually developed anything. They simply sat on it until all was discovered. So are you actually saying that such a person should not pay tax? In my opinion, as much as we might tinkle around because of the money put in by the investor, we certainly should make sure that everybody is paying taxes. It is also part of the provisions of our constitution. But they should be exempted from paying tax as such. Yes.
So